Um, Thank you, Anelia. We record this session, so you will be able to download or to listen to it on our YouTube channel. I would like to welcome you, and the New Voices team is very excited to be with you again this evening. It's our 16th fireside already since we started, and we are very happy to have you here. I would like to ask you to stay muted when you are not speaking, and Anelia will make sure that everybody is muted, but if you have spoken, then mute yourself again so we don't have noises in the background. Friends from all over the world, I would like to welcome you to this first episode of our new sequence about leadership. New Voices was essential for many lions and Leos to grow. Personally, and in their Lions and Leo environment. Because of New Voices, many women and young Lions or Leos dared to do something different. Because there was no pressure. There was no limitation. The only thing they had to do was thinking outside the box, getting a team together, and do something different. The last 3 years, I have seen so many extraordinary events and stories from New Voices in Europe and beyond. Because I honestly can say New Voices is not a program, but it's a movement where people feel that they belong. Not by position or badge, but by the work that they do. Building success, bringing the plan into action. That is what New Voices leaders do. Let's hear from some of the outstanding New Voices leaders in our constitutional area. They have very special stories to tell. And let's look at our speakers. Past District Governor Zeynep Kocasinan from multiple District 118, Turkey, is an outstanding leader and an extraordinary woman and personal friend. She always makes me humble when I see her achievements, her thoroughness, her attitude. She is quite a role model for many. And Lion Olga Pavlidou, I hope I said the name right. I met Lion Olga many years ago, and during that period of time, I have witnessed her intelligence, her knowledge, and outstanding capability to do something different and something very special. Then past District Governor Carla Cifola. She was one of the first who took the New Voices, even when many people were skeptical, to a higher level in her country, in Italy. Past District Governor Carla was able to get 4 New Voices in each district in Italy, got them together as teams, and the results were astonishing. Just as if they have waited for New Voices for a long time. And last but not least, we have with us today Cynthia Bianchi from Lions Club's International Leadership Department in Oakbrook. I have worked intensively together with Cynthia and her team during my time on the board of directors, working on leadership development. So we are very curious to hear from all of you, and I would like to start with past District Governor Zeynep, with her story, and I call it her leadership path with the New Voices. Zeynep, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Pia, Elizabeth, for that humbling introduction. Good evening, everyone. I'm past District Governor Zeynep Kocasinan from multiple District 118, Turkey. Currently, I'm a GAT Global Action Team Area Leader for Europe and a proud member of the Lions New Voices Europe team. This evening, our question is, how does New Voices empower and support new Lions leaders to develop? New Voices is a unique initiative started by our first female international president, Gudrun Ingvadottir, to increase the number of women, later on young adults and underrepresented populations in our organization. It is a very effective marketing and communication tool that makes our services visible, creates motivation for action, but it's also a very effective leadership initiative. Every year, district governors are asked to identify lions and leos who make dynamic and innovative contributions as new voices. Any lion or a leo can be a district new voice. There are no special conditions other than making a positive difference in service, membership, leadership, or marketing. District governors nominate one lion or leo for each area. District new voices are given opportunities to share their success stories at different club meetings, zone, region, and district cabinet meetings as guest speakers. May I have the next slide, please? Districts and multiple districts are also encouraged to organize additional New Voices events to create a platform for new voices to share their passion and ideas. Last year in MD 118 Turkey, we organized 3 online international events for our 24 new voices. About a total of 1,200 participants from 40 countries attended those New Voices events, and our international leadership, as well as Lions and Leos from around the world, joined us. May I have the next slide, please? The nomination process of District New Voices empowers and supports new leaders to develop. District governors nominate members who are successfully leading in a New Voices focus area. They are usually chosen among members who are not who have not been well acknowledged for their efforts yet, who are newer or less visible lions, or members whose work deserves to be known better. With that criteria, members with different skills, different approaches, different leadership styles, and different leadership potentials are discovered. One thing to point out, when we think about leadership, sometimes we consider the more known or dominant styles to be, quote unquote, correct leadership styles. However, there are many different ways people successfully lead. While increasing the diversity in our Lions organization, we are also increasing the diversity in the way we lead our organization. We're embracing the different leadership styles which can enrich a service organization like ours to serve our communities even better. When it comes to leadership, sometimes people, even though they have the potential, are not able to take the initial step, the initial action to be a leader. The New Voices initiative, through the nomination process, makes it possible for new leaders to be discovered. May I have the next slide, please? My own leadership journey in Lions always started with other people's encouragement. I became a club president because my sponsor convinced me. I became a district governor because my club and Lions in my district strongly encouraged me and persuaded me that I would be a good fit for that decision-making role. After their initial support, I was happily and with great joy choosing to walk these new paths of service. And when I was a district governor, I received another positive push, this time from the New Voices Europe team. A team member responsible for Turkey PDG Daniela Holzheimer from Romania recommended me to our Turkish council, and I was appointed as the New Voices multiple district coordinator for Turkey. This was how I was introduced to the world of New Voices. I served in that position for 3 years, and with the tremendous support of the MD Council, our district governors, New Voices district coordinators, New Voices teams, and our Turkish Alliance family, we have been able to implement the New Voices initiative, I believe, quite successfully in Turkey. May I have the next slide, please? In 2018, I received another important support as a new leader. For the leadership I've shown in my volunteer work on nonviolent communication, awareness of violence to disabled children, sustainability, and joint projects with the Japanese Lions, I was nominated as a candidate for Global Leadership New Voice. I'd like to thank again PDG Daniela for this nomination and everyone who supported me. That year I was chosen as the Lions Global Leadership New Voice of 2018 and 19. It was a great honor and a life-changing privilege. Being the Leadership New Voice opened up a new chapter to serve internationally. PID Elizabeth Heder invited me to join the New Voices Europe team, and I've been learning from and serving with this amazing team for the past 3 years. Last year, I was invited to join the Global Action Team as an area leader, and now I'm discovering and supporting the inspirational service journey in many different countries. When I look back, like Steve Jobs said in his famous commencement address at Stanford University, I can now connect the dots looking backwards, how one step led to another. My whole journey since I became a Lion in 2007 was possible because so many different Lions believed in me. My initial path was created by Lions who treated me like a New Voice even before the New Voices initiative. And later on, Lions leaders who believed in the principles of the New Voices initiative opened new doors for me and for many others. Since I was truly nurtured by New Voices, I'd like to pay back my gratitude by creating similar opportunities for others. And this is what New Voices Europe team is doing with events like this Fireside. All of us can empower new Lions leaders by implementing the New Voices initiative in our districts and in our clubs. And that would mean empowering thousands of Lions and Leos in the world every year. And so much more can be said about the influence of New Voices on leadership and on the other aspects of Lions. Yet this evening we have other great speakers who will also share their thoughts and stories. So I'd like to conclude by saying, let's work together to make our Lions organization even stronger with New Voices. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Past District Governor Zeynep. And I find it a very special and very personal story. And my question would be, how would you encourage young Lions and Leos to get in your footsteps?
Well, that's a big question. Thank you so much, PID Elizabeth, for this question. How to encourage young Lions and Leos? What could I recommend? I guess I'd like to say to them, please look for what you're passionate about, what you would like to learn about, and what you enjoy working on in Lions. Because if it's not meaningful to us, our volunteer work cannot be, continued long term. And we do not succeed on our own. We need support and advice. So, please honor those who support you. Please cherish the people who appreciate you. And for leadership, maybe, please observe many leaders and, take elements, from what you learned from their behaviors and styles. And create your own approach, your own collage. I guess that's the step. And sometimes we feel incompetent and insecure, and it's maybe we should allow ourselves to make those mistakes and to learn from those mistakes, and then hopefully we'll discover our own authentic styles, and we grow by stretching our limits of who we are, so to welcome new opportunities even though we feel uncomfortable at times, and and so maybe to remember that small continuous changes make a world of difference in the end. Thank you so much, PID Elizabeth, for giving me the opportunity to share this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Zeynep. Thank you. Our next speaker is past District Governor Carla Cifola from Multiple District 108, Italy. Carla, floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, and thank you for the kind words you deserved to me in your presentation. Yes, I am in Multi-District 108, and actually I would never have thought to include my experience as Lion in a leadership story, because mine is a story of enthusiasm and motivation due to the awareness of being useful to someone and of working with other friends who have my same objectives in life. My club is Civitanova Marche Cluana in District 108A, and I have been Lion for 32 years. After being president, I was asked to work as officer in many different committees. Firstly, as member, and then as experience grew, as coordinator. When I was serving as coordinator in a new district committee called Service Activities in Africa, saying that many clubs were making services in that continent, the thought was to concentrate the energies and resources in a unique, great service who could change the lives of many people. The year before, when I had served as zone chairperson, one club in my zone planned to realize a service in Voliso, Ethiopia, consisting in building a very small school with 2 classrooms. The idea that came was to develop that small project and build a huge educational center, 5 buildings and many, many classrooms for children from the nursery school to the secondary school. It seemed a dream at the beginning. Nobody had never tried something like that in my district. The expense was very high, 350,000 euros. And in those years, clubs were not used to work together, nor to concentrate the energies in a unique project. But the idea was appreciated by the governor of the time, and I was soon asked to coordinate the project and to present it to the clubs to verify the answer. And so, club after club, assembly after assembly, tried to overcome difficulties, perplexities, and resistances. At the end, I presented the project Voliso to the district convention, and it was approved as district service for 3 years, during which the special setup committee had 12 clubs to collect the needed money. I was also asked, to present the project at the United National Palace in Addis Ababa at the All African Lions Convention. And we were even received by the President of the Ethiopian Republic for that. Now the school, or better, the center, is there, giving education to more than 1,000 students. Later on, Multiple District 108 Italy voted the 2 years multi-district service project Sri Lanka, consisting in making a small factory of triposha bigger. Triposha is a food substance for newborn children. Once more, the difficult thing was not having the idea, but convincing Lions people that the idea was a good and useful one, and that we had to join our effort to reach the goal. I was nominated multi-district officer in support of the governor delegated at the service. And my idea was to launch the so-called RISE campaign. And it is still today remembered with that name. Having identified the farm that could offer us excellent rice at a very good price, the project was presented to the 17th district and to the officer for the service. All of them were contacted, and all the district ordered large quantities of rice. It was fantastic. And the operation created great enthusiasm everywhere. There was a moment of panic, and it was when all those tons of rice arrived at my address in front of my garage. You should have seen the face of my husband, but that was solved too. And later, after the RISE campaign, after some years, I became governor. And I appreciated so much the motto of our international president Agarwal, the power of we, something in which I strongly believed, and I strongly believe also now. That was the important message to convey. Plan together, act together, realize together, because the impact could have been much greater. Not everybody, not all the clubs were ready, but also in this case, step after step, we moved. A lot of activities were planned and realized together. The power of a common action was becoming a reality. And then I landed in the new Voice planet, a wonderful place, I assure you. International President Imba Gotti was building the constitutional area teams and asked to the area chairperson, ours is and was paid Elizabeth Aderer, to individuate member of this new and innovative team. My name was made, and I am here, together with you and with these wonderful ladies. It was not so simple at the beginning. The program was new, flexible. Some districts perceived it as a double of GAT with these 4 areas: membership, leadership, services, and marketing. Other thought that it was a kind of a feminist fringe and were preparing their shields to fight against them. Also, the nominated voices were somewhat disoriented. Well, it was hard work, but once more we went through it. First step, we had to meet in person, to look into each other's eyes, to talk each other, to build trust bonds, and then to meet regularly via Zoom. We had to build a net and a common path with our own action plans according to the different realities of the districts. And it was important to exchange our experiences, positive and negative ones. As a consequence of comparing and exchanging ideas, activities made in one district inspired also other districts, and this happened very often. To give an example, the new Voice Award, a special prizes that we invented for people, lions and not lions, who served in silence with modesty, reaching exceptional results. Well, the new Voice Award created in one district is now realized in 9 districts. And the course of empowering for young female students realized last year in one district has been organized in another district in the current year. And they could go on giving other examples. For example, Katerina's suitcase, a service to help in concrete way women victims of violence. As New Voice, we had to explain to GAT members that we were an opportunity, that we could have reached important goals together, working side by side. Hard to believe at the beginning, but now many webinars and many workshops are organized together, GAT and New Voices united. And another important goal we reached, and it is very recent, is the Memorandum of Understanding signed by 3 districts and the region Piedmont, assessorato pari opportunità, at the presence of the highest politician of the region, the governor Cirio, and the 3 governor districts of the area. Now the region and the Lions can wield together projects for children, projects against violence, against bullyism and cyberbullyism. It has always been one of our objectives as Lions to be equal partners with the institution, and the New Voices were able to get this goal. The memorandum, and this is important, was also signed by the LEOs, who always are included in New Voices activities and projects. Furthermore, New Voices is also a good place to train leadership, and many members of the team of the past years are now serving as zone chairperson, country chairperson, GLT, GNT, GST, and 2 of them are even running for the position of second vice governors this year. And the member of New Voices are increasing more and more because several districts have nominated them also in clubs. In conclusion, and going off a little off topic, I wanted to refer the case of a very good New Voice that last year wanted to refuse the role of zone chairperson to remain in the New Voice team. She said, New Voices opened my eyes on the internationality of our association. The program made me grow as a lion. As you can see, this is not the leadership story of just one person, me, but of an entire team whose value is now officially recognized, and then I hope will be recognized still for a long time. Thank you for your attention, my friends.
Thank you so much, past District Governor Carla. You have achieved a lot of success in the 3 years since we have this program. So what's your secret?
I think that there is not a secret, Elizabeth, and it is also very simple. We like working in team, and we like giving real value to diversity. Diversity in experience, in thoughts, diversity in opinions. We listen to each other, we compare our ideas, we talk a lot. And when we meet, we had a meeting also 3 days ago, we are very joyful for that. We like staying together. I can say that we were able to build a net. And this is a miracle that is repeated every year, each year, because each year many of the New Voices change. But I mean, our working style remains the same. We are a team, we will always be a team, and we like being diverse and joining our diversity.
Thank you so much, Carla. Great story. Thank you for sharing it. Okay, which brings us to our 3rd speaker already. Line Olga, club president, and so many other things, but she's very modest. So I would like to give the floor to you.
Thank you, PID Elizabeth Haderer. Dear Lions and Leo's friends, it is an honor and privilege to be with you today. I'm Lion Olga Pavlidou Koutroubis, as PID Elizabeth Haderer said, president of the Lions Club of Athens Specialty New Voices. I was born in Athens, Greece. I joined Lionism 2015. What really made me join Lions was our motto, we serve. What makes me join New Voices was the new air that New Voices brings to our organization. We are all served together. Equality has a true meaning for all. New Voices really unite people. In Lionism, I held different positions: club secretary, club president, zone chairperson, branch liaison, charter president. Today, I'm a New Voices District 117A coordinator, and I'm proud for it. and multiple District 117 GMT family and women specialists. I have received numerous recognitions, but the most important for me was 2021 at the Europa Forum Convention. I had the honor and the privilege to receive an International President's Leadership Medal by past International President Gudrun van Tottir on behalf of International President Douglas Alexander. My story in New Voices started in 2018 as New Voices District Coordinator. I was responsible for organizing the first Lion Symposium of Women, which was very successful. It was organized for first time in Greece, and I'm grateful to our past International President Gudrun van Tottir, who inspired me the most. 40 guest speakers, 10 moderators from universities, governmental institutions, entrepreneurs, associations, politicians, and NGOs in 10 hourly workshops in one day discussed about women equality in every aspect of our lives. My idea at that time seemed a mission impossible, but simultaneously a very promising one. And it was something that we would all remember. Many people learned about Lions and several became members. It was a mission impossible because there was too little time, held in one day, too many important guest speakers, and only one option to succeed in order for the symposium to have a continuity. We say that new voices help us grow, and this is totally true. A fine example, our club started as a branch after the first Lions Women's Symposium. Next, please. On June 2020, during the unstable period of pandemic, we formatted our club and named it New Voices, since we all believed the importance of this program. We formatted one multi-generational team, as New Voices are believed. United by purpose and values, a specialty club by cause, human rights. We set our vision to raise awareness about human rights. We designed a long-run campaign, equality campaign, with 22 proposals to serve people in an innovative humanitarian way. We carefully chose our tools, depending on the abilities of our club's members, so all of them to get involved. We built our brand name, we built trust, loyalty. These are what is worth all about. Through our activities, broadcast, and social media, we created an informative and easy to navigate site to post all of our activities, and we continuously evaluate our actions and their impact to the community by observing the metrics. Last year, we received the Environmental Award with projects as the distribution of beach paper ashtrays and the Green Secretary, a project for energy saving and reduction of paper in firms. This year, our club's members are collecting the remaining cooked food portions that a chain of stores sells and give them to an NGO in Kapandriti, Attiki for hunger relief in daily basis. New voices are serving with fun, so we wrote our song for human rights since we believe that music can draw attention to important social issues. Soon the lyrics will be translated in English. We're almost there. We are dedicated to our mission since we are parents and responsible about our children's future. Our club, through our radio broadcast New Voices News, next please. Thank you. Our club, through our radio broadcast New Voices News, started a public dialogue about human rights. Our goal is to raise awareness by presenting our international fine leaders and mentors to share their stories of kindness, so more people can benefit from their example and become members. Some of our international leaders have been with us since the very beginning. We are grateful for that. They inspired us and empowered us to continue to serve. Unfortunately, I had to take a break, and I want to share it with you due to a health problem that I faced. But soon we will be back with our new broadcasts. In addition, next please. Thank you. In addition, On November 2021, we organized our first Greek district fireside. We are grateful to PID Elizabeth Haderer for her continued support, cooperation, and help in order to accomplish it. Next, please. Also, I'm grateful to our district governor, 117A, Dr. Michael Kisakakis, who believed in me and gave me the opportunity to organize the second Lions Women's Symposium on the occasion of International Day of Women. The second Lions Women's Symposium had the same structure as the one that I described a little before, but with many obstacles. We had to face pandemic regulations, the fear of war, extreme weather conditions. The previous day was snowing in Athens downtown, which was really rare. Our mission seemed impossible, but as I used to say, gladly, we delivered it successfully. This year's symposium was hybrid. It was in Greek language, besides the two inspirational and motivational speeches of our international guest speakers, International Director Elena Appiani and past International Director Elizabeth Haderer, who spoke about women's equality and leadership. It was an honor for us to participate. Next, please. The impact of our community was enormous. Guest speakers wrote for it and shared posts in their social media. And a well-known news site referred to the important conclusions and findings that came out of this symposium. Therefore, we decided to publish the conclusions in an ebook and post it in our district and club social media and sites. Also, we are producing videos, and thanks to a member of our club, of 1 or 2 minutes, highlighting our guest speakers' important parts of their speeches, underlining the importance of our symposium. Next, please. In this slide, we see highlights of the second Lions Women's Symposium 2022. Great moment of the symposium was when Eftichia Pentaraki, a war correspondent in Ukraine, connected through phone with our guest speaker journalist George Gavalas during the workshop Women and Journalism. Let's see a small video that highlights it.
Мы женщины Украины. Мы благословили наших мужчин на защиту нашей земли. Мы уже вывезли наших детей в безопасное место. Генофонд нашей нации защищен. Мы присоединяемся к мужчинам и украинской армии.
Εδώ αυτό είναι ένα νέο, αν θέλετε, για τους Έλληνες δημοσιογράφους που παραμένουν στο Κίεβο. Μπορεί κάποιος να βρεθεί και στο λάθος σημείο τη λάθος στιγμή. Πολύ προσεκτικά, εδώ γύρω από την πόλη, να προσπαθήσουμε να σας μεταφέρουμε το κλίμα, τον παλμό, την εικόνα, αλλά και με την όποια ασφάλεια είναι δυνατόν.
Ευτυχία, πες μας που βρίσκεσαι και πώς είναι η κατάσταση.
Σε μια πόλη 25 χιλιόμετρα ανατολικά.
Dear Lions and Leo New Voices friends, to change people's attitude, to stop stereotypes, to promote equality and inclusion, to respect each other, to place ourselves into others' shoes, are common goals for all, despite our cultural differences. Of course, to raise awareness and attempt to change people's attitudes is a mission impossible. But for Lions, New Voices, nothing is impossible. We believe that Lions is a human mobilization. We need to speak for those who are not being able to be heard. Next, please. In this one, sorry. Okay. Leading by example is an active living process. It has rooted in character, forget by experience, and communicated by paradigm. So we usually self-assess our work, think about what we've done well, and what we could do better next time. Summarizing all, I have always in mind 3 things. What's happening, what's not happening, and what can I do to influence the outcome? Closing my presentation, I would like to thank you for sharing my story. I'm grateful to Lions Club International. Next, please. I'm grateful to Lions Club International for giving me the opportunity to serve. I'm proud to represent my district, 117A, New Voices. I'm grateful to my national leaders who believe to me and lift me up. I'm also thankful to have the opportunity to lead a team that is truly passionate, surrounded by people who genuinely care about each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Olga. What a great story. And what my question would be to you. I lost you.
No,
You're here.
I'm here.
Okay,
Yes.
you have developed your New Voices Speciality Club. How could we encourage others to do something similar?
First of all, lead by example. That is the very point. Second, I would suggest a few things for someone to build a club by offering a built-in social network of like-minded individuals who get together for the same cause and reason. That is one. Organize a reunion and present our organization. Host a special event and bring friend meeting. Host local events. Reach out to relevant organizations that would spread the word. There are many things that we can do. Invite people with similar professions to join us. There are many, but lead by example. And what you do, you must really mean it.
Okay, thank you very much, Olga. Thank you so much for your story. And then I would like to change to a special person, Cynthia Bianchi from Lions Clubs International, Leadership Department. Cynthia, floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, PID Elizabeth. Thank you to my fellow presenters. It's really a pleasure and an honor to join you for this episode of New Voices Europe Fireside Series. As has already been mentioned, my name is Cynthia Bianchi, and I come to you from our international headquarters office in a town called Oak Brook, just outside the beautiful city of Chicago. I've been a staff member here in our organization for 13 years. I began my Lions career with LCIF, our foundation. I was supporting the LCIF coordinators after Campaign Site First 2. And then in 2015, I joined the Leadership Development Division. I've already learned so much today from my fellow presenters, and I'm really humbled by the impact, the powerful impact the New Voices movement is having on our world. So I just want to thank you once again for this opportunity to join you. Let's move to the next slide. I wanted to start with this image and these words as a way to introduce all of you to the work of the Leadership Development Division. Learn, lead, grow. These words have been themes, I think, throughout all of the presentations. And these are 3 verbs that encapsulate the actions we hope to stimulate through the work that we provide for the organization. As Lions, of course, our motto is we serve. That's our first verb that we are committed to serving. But beyond that, I find that I'm surrounded by people who care about how we serve. What can we learn to be better leaders? How can we improve what we do so that our impact can grow? In short, this organization, the people in this organization are always seeking ways to develop and improve ourselves, our teams, and our methods so that we can continue to move forward. So the Leadership Development Division is committed to advancing these verbs for Lions and Leos. Next slide, please. So speaking of the Leadership Development Division, this is a photo collage of my colleagues just within my division. Of course, I have many other colleagues like Blanca, who's here on the call today, but this is the Leadership Development Division. There are 20 of us in all, and we are located in 2 offices, here in Oakbrook, as well as our Assami office in Mumbai. I had to share these photos with you today because I want you to know that all of these smiling faces are behind the resources I'm about to present to you. I'm just the lucky one who was asked to present today. Next slide, please. So let's dive a little deeper. Our division, Leadership Development, is responsible for a large catalog of online and in-person learning opportunities. Since we have limited time today, I'd like to focus on 2 main resources, the Lions Learning Center and our Leadership Development Institutes. But beyond that, I invite you to explore other sources of information about our programs. 2 good sources are the Learn app and our webpage, lionsclubs.org/learn. And we'll look more closely at the Learn app in a moment. Next slide. So this is the Learn app. It is, well, it's a screenshot of some of the things you'll see when you enter the app. It is one of the tools available to you in the member portal. You would use your Lion account to access all of the apps that are listed there on the left. As you can see, Learn is circled in red. The image on the right is a closer look at what you find when you click the Learn icon. So here, the sections are numbered in red. In that top section, number 1, the yellow Go button will lead you to the Lions Learning Center, and we'll look more closely at that in a moment. In section 2, you'll find the names, the dates, cities, and application due dates of upcoming Lions Leadership Institutes. So keep in mind that you're eligible to attend institutes in your respective constitutional area. So we'll look more closely at institutes in the second half of the presentation. But finally, in section 3, you'll find details about upcoming local trainings that your global leadership team coordinator has posted. So if you log in and don't see anything there, please try to connect with your district or multiple district coordinator. Next slide, please. So as promised, let's look more closely at the Lions Learning Center. But first, I have a question for you. So with a simple yes or no answer in the chat pane, please answer this question. Have you ever completed an e-learning course in the Lions Learning Center? Once again, the question is, have you ever completed one of the e-learning courses in the Lions Learning Center? So thank you to, we have some mixes there, but many yeses, which is good because if all of you say yes, my job here is much easier. It's easier to describe the Lions Learning Center to those who are already familiar with it. Basically, the LLC is a library of engaging and interactive online courses. These courses are self-directed, which means you progress through them at your own pace. They're available anytime, day or night, and they're presented in our official languages. All you need to access this library of learning is a Lion account. Generally speaking, the courses fall into 4 main categories: officer orientation, Lions International Programs and Resources, personal leadership skills, and interpersonal or team skills. Next slide, thank you. With the images on this slide, I wanted you to see some of the courses available to explore Lions International Programs and Resources. These courses are especially useful if you're new, a new Leo or a new Lion, and you want to learn more about our organization. As you can see, we have courses about the Global Action Team and the service journey. If you are interested in membership growth, we have courses about starting new clubs and securing new members. We also have courses about our governing documents, not always the most exciting reading, but they're the source of many important policy details that govern our work. So when you explore the Lions Learning Center content catalog, you will see a summary of the course, as you can see here, as well as star ratings between 1 and 5 stars that are left by learners who completed the course before you. So you can determine if you'd like to invest your time in the course. Of course, we always welcome your comments and recommendations. And there is even a space in the course where you can leave comments. Next slide, please. The Lions Learning Center catalog also has many courses aimed at developing personal and team management skills. A few of those are shown here: decision-making, delegation, effective listening, promoting innovation, public speaking, managing change. There are times when we as leaders want to learn on our own in a safe place, quietly, and these courses are a wonderful resource to fill that need. Next slide, please. Okay, so next I'd like to look at the Leadership Development Institutes. As you can see on the slide, we have two main pathways. On the left, you see the 3 institutes that make up the Leadership Development pathway. On the right, you see the 2 institutes that make up the Train the Trainer pathway. Let me tell you a little bit more about each of these 5 programs. First, the emerging Lions Leadership Institute, or ELLI. This institute prepares Lions and Leos for leadership positions at the club level. Candidates should not have served as club president yet. So really, these are leaders who are just getting started in their club leadership journey. It is a 3-day program with a set schedule of specific sessions, and the curriculum is provided by us here at headquarters. The second institute, the Regional Lions Leadership Institute, RLLI, prepares Lions and Leos for leadership positions at all levels. It's designed for Lions and Leos who wish to pursue leadership roles in their Lion communities. This curriculum is customizable to suit the needs of the area. Both the ELLI and the RLLI are hosted locally, typically by the Global Leadership Team Coordinator. Next comes the Advanced Lions Leadership Institute, or ALLI, or ALLI. This prepares leaders for roles and responsibilities at the zone, region, and district level. Qualified candidates must have completed a successful term as club president, but not yet attained the position of first vice district governor. Next, let's look at the Train the Trainer pathway. Here we have 2 options. First, the Faculty Development Institute, or FDI. This develops Lions and Leos for facilitating training at the club, district, and multiple district level. FDI is designed to further develop training delivery skills and techniques. Qualified candidates demonstrate basic instructional skills and have some experience as instructors at Lions local trainings. And finally, the Lions Certified Instructor Program, or LSIP as we like to call it. This is the pathway to instructor certification. Those who are interested in applying to the LSIP training must meet 1 or more of the following qualifications. Those who are a professional trainer or a professional trainer or educator and have 5 or more years of experience. Those who have served as faculty at local Lions trainings, like a regional Lions Leadership Institute or district level training for club officers. And those who have served as first vice district governor, district governor, like seminar group leaders, or Lions Clubs International directed faculty. I know that was a lot of information, and the Leadership Development Institute's web pages have even more information and details about each of the programs. So I invite you to explore those pages. Next slide, please. In summary, I think anyone who has attended a Leadership Development Institute will tell you that it's an unmatched international learning opportunity. Excuse me, I have to. Excuse me. It prepares you for your leadership roles. It is an opportunity to be inspired and to inspire. And of course, it's an opportunity to network and share best practices. Next slide. So just to recap, we covered 2 of the resources available to you from the Leadership Development Division, the Lions Learning Center, and the Leadership Development Institutes. But as I mentioned in the beginning, there are many more resources to explore. So on the next slide, I'd like to share some ways to get in contact with us. If you have general questions, I invite you to send us an email, leadershipdevelopment@lionsclubs.org. If you have questions about e-learning, about the Lions Learning Center, please write to elearning@lionsclubs.org. Again, our leadership development webpage is lionsclubs.org/learn. And of course, also spend some time in the Learn app. I also want to acknowledge that there are probably many, many training opportunities available in your district, your multiple district, at events like the Europa Forum and at our international convention. It might even be confusing or overwhelming for new members to navigate through all of the information and know which program is coming from which source, or know where to go to enroll in a particular program. So please, I hope you won't become frustrated by this, because we're always happy to answer questions and help make connections where we can. Next slide. Thank you so much for your time. I hope I don't have a hard question, PID Elizabeth.
No, you don't get a question. I think I am just asking Anelia or Zeynep if we have any questions left in the chat for Cynthia.
Not so far. We have published already her handout as a file and the link to the website. So please take a look at the chat and use the file that she offered us with very useful information.
Okay, thank you so much, Anelia. And I would like to thank our speakers for today. Past District Governor Zeynep, Past District Governor Carla, Club President Olga, and Cynthia Bianchi from LCI. And now it's time to celebrate, because we are very happy to announce that the new Voices of Europe have achieved the fundraising goal of $25,000, which brings the total amount raised for the Killing for Kids project to $100,000 and more. The nursery for orphaned children will now be built thanks to you all for helping raising awareness for this wonderful project and convince people to donate. And a special thanks to Martin Petrov, who walked up that mountain again and helped raising the last $10,000. And of course, a special thanks to our Killing for Kids climbers who started this and were brave and determined to get to the top for the children. We have experienced when new voices are asked for something, they put their heads together and make it happen. We have heard that in the wonderful stories of our speakers. Thank you, my New Voices team, for the unconditional support for whatever I ask them. They are creative, they are funny, they are determined, they are leaders, they are great friends. And normally, if we would be together in person, we would open a bottle of champagne and toast to this achievement. Virtually, you can watch it, but you have to bring your own drink to the toast. Cheers to all of you. Can you see my champagne? Yes. Okay, I'll stop sharing because I want to see you all. Okay, now it's good. So thank you so much for listen to our stories, because I think it's important that we share it, and so you get some new ideas and maybe you find some potential leaders in your districts. To conclude, we have 1 minute left. In May, we continue our leadership sequence with, I didn't share. I have to share again. Sorry. Yeah. That is the last slide. In May, we will continue our leadership sequence with episode 2. When we talk about the leadership styles we can use in our association to be successful leaders. Save the date already in your agenda and watch the announcements. So thank you all for being here. We, the New Voices team, wish you a great evening. Be a leader in everything you do. Thank you so much. And I wish you well, healthy, and and I hope spring will come soon.
Soon. We hope so. Good night. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye,
Thank you for
everyone.
joining, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
You can
Bye.
listen to the story again on
Thank you for
YouTube,
joining.
on our channel.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.